there, once again, me Gazbot, day 65 of 100 days of making comics. Yeah, I'm starting it different today, sitting at the old computer desk. That's not different at all. But what I am going to do differently is I had been starting with housework and then moving on to other things. And I did do a few things this morning, nothing major, but a little bit of housey stuff, fed the cats. I also took a shower and shaved, which I never account for in my time planning, and I should, because when I don't, it results in me not shaving for a week or more and not showering for 3-4 days. Not good. So, anyway, it's late. It's like 12:15 already, but I've gotten the essentials done, and I'm going to do my 30 minutes. That's the challenge for those that don't know. 30 minutes a day, at least, on your own independent, personal comic book project. Not client work, nothing else, and at least 30 minutes a day, no matter what else is going on. Not skipping days or anything like that. So, I'm going to do my 30 minutes first, and I've been trying to get more than 30 minutes, but the other thing I want to concentrate on is the horror standee, which was a stretch goal from my successful Kickstarter for issue number 1. That all shipped out, that was all done, but one of the stretch goals was really more for me, but, was promised to the people who contributed, was to make a 6-foot or more cardboard-ish standee of my Monster the Horror A4, which I've been dragging my feet on because I didn't owe it to anybody, and I had other quote-unquote more pressing things to do. And I've done a few shows having the book and not had the standee, and I've regretted it, not just because it was something I promised and I needed to get on it, but also I've done a few shows that I've been pretty successful at financially and in terms of dealing with people and them liking my art and making money and all that good stuff. Sold very few comics. I sold a lot through the Kickstarter, I put some in some comic stores, and I've sold a handful here and there independently, like if you want to buy it from me through YouTube and you can send me a private message, or I have it on Etsy and Indy Planet, etc., etc. But actual shows, I've sold very few, and this includes shows that are geared towards Godzilla and things that you would think would match up with my content. And I think a big part of it is visibility. I just have one small part of my table that has the comic and it has some pins. So once I get that standee, it's going to be impossible for people to ignore. I still might not sell the comic, but at least people will be like, what's that? Who's, like, it'll invite a conversation about the comic. Also, I was thinking I definitely want to have it done by October or whatever, when Kamikaze is, which is down in LA at Stan Lee's comic convention, which I am doing. But I remembered I have a small local con. It's a one-day con. I forget if it's Colossus Con or Campbell Con, because I was signed up to do both. But it's a weird thing where not this weekend, but next weekend is when it is. Friday, all that day, is a bachelor party for my friend Tom, and I'm kind of the one running it. And then the next day is the con, and the day after that is my friend Tom's wedding, and I am in the wedding party. So that's going to be a weird one, like, bachelor party! Okay, now I'm at a Comic-Con, wedding! So it's almost going to be like a 3-day con, I guess. And then Monday I will be exhausted. Uzi understands this. Like your paw, thank you. And so I want to put extra effort into getting the standee done. Now, even if I get the artwork done, I don't think I can get it done, send it in, and get it sent back by this show coming up. However, another thing I want to do to promote my comic is get more ancillary material. I have the buttons, but they don't really show much. Everyone sees my wall of prints. I don't have a print for the Horror A4. I made one which was based on the cover without the logo, but that was a Kickstarter exclusive, which I promised not to sell, and I won't. So, what I will do, though, because I like using the same art over and over again, for example, a lot of my pins, I'll have a big picture of Godzilla, and I'll just circle the face, boom, it's a pin. That's a lazy/smart way of getting more material out of less work. As Scrooge McDuck said, work smarter, not harder. That's a terrible Scrooge McDuck, it's a terrible Scottish accent. But the point remains the same. I have a duck bill and a top hat. That's a top hat. I'm Jaws. Anyway, so my thought is that if I get the artwork done for the standee, A, I could send it in and have that, done, whatever. But B, I can make a print out of it, because I made no such promises about not making a print out of the standee. And other than people that come to my shows and see it, it's not like it's going to be the cover of a comic or anything like that. So it's a way to reuse that art. So if I can get the art done, I bought paper for prints yesterday. I'm going to need to get prints done before this show coming up, not this weekend, but the next, because I'm out of almost everything from San Francisco, which is a great problem to have, so I need to get prints made. If I can get the art done, I can include this horror print in that next batch, which would make me a happy fellow, because A, I'd have something new for a show, which I always like going into a show with something new. It bums me out when I don't have anything new. Like with San Francisco, luckily that was a new show, and so I did well anyway, but I sometimes have people come up like, what's new? I saw you 6 months ago, whatever, and if I don't have anything new, I'm like, all right, nothing. Even if it's not something they want, at least being able to point to work I've done. So I'll have that, and B, it'll help promote the book and help start a dialogue at the very least of what's that monster? Godzilla. Because people come up a lot and they'll be like, that's Godzilla. That's Dragonzord from Power Rangers. That's Ultraman. What's that one with the glowing eyes? Oh, this one? Oh, well, that's my kaiju monster, the Horror 4. It's an independent kaiju that I created. I have a comic right here, first issue. Take a look. Boom. Anyway, I'm gonna do them in 30 minutes, so that's out of the way, and then move on from there. And with that cat interstitial between us, time has passed. I went a little over 30, which it won't look like. I say that a lot. I put in time, and I feel like what comes out should not be as... The time I put in doesn't seem to equal the work that comes out. That's probably just me. I know some people go faster, I know some people go slower, but I'm constantly disappointed in my output. And myself. And life. So basically, this is all I got done to show you. This is a panel of Boots' uncle kind of reacting. I'm probably going to have to fiddle with this a little bit. I want him to have mock surprise. So I drew him looking surprised. And that looked fine, but it's supposed to be him kind of feigning surprise, pretending, mocking. And that was there for reference of like what I wanted to look like. So it's done, but I'll probably leave it as is here, and then in the inks try to clean up the emotion a little bit. I also then imported the script and some reference and did a few behind the scenes getting ready thing. But in terms of what I actually drew and I can show you, that's it for today, baby. All right, a little bit of housework. I did some laundry and I'm taking out the recycling. It's the daily stuff that I don't like to get piled up, even if I'm not hitting the heavier stuff. Plus, I'm moving and I'm outside of the house for a second. But I'm getting back into it. As soon as I get back in, I'm gonna blow bubbles underwater. I don't know what that is, but I'll be doing it art-wise. I keep getting sidetracked. I threw the stuff out, and then the mail was there, but then there was packages, and then I had to go pick up other packages. So there's a pile of boxes I had to deal with, which I did, which is good, but just, again, okay, look at this. One of the packages, or two of them actually, were these two things here, for her. She recently learned how to open these doors, and in here, see she's trying to get in, and of course she's biting it. It's metal! You're gonna break your teeth! Stop. But she sticks her paw under there and opens these, because there's these kind of accordion doors, and oh my gosh, I don't know what's happening. But anyway, inside here, I'm gonna go over here, and I'll sort of tilt it so you can watch her craziness. Inside here is the laundry room, but I also have boxes of things that I need to send out to eBay, and you know, one of her toys and other just random stuff. And so once or twice she's gotten the door open and got in there, which she shouldn't be getting in there anyway. But then one time she had it was like a dog. You know when you see those images of the dog that destroyed the garbage bags? It was like that, but with everything from here all over. So I've been putting the laundry baskets in front of here so she couldn't get it. But we trip over them and it's ugly and it's not a good solution. So I got these two little door stops, which are actually intended to be used the other way, to hold the door open. But they're metal, so they're heavy, and they're cute little cats. So they cost a few bucks more, but it seemed appropriate to get the cat ones. Hopefully they work for something more than her playing with them like a maniac. And speaking of distractions, instead of working on art immediately, I need to make some calls to make some reservations for that bachelor party I was talking about. Finally, everybody got back to me. I have accurate numbers, so I gotta do that today because it's like a little over a week away. It's 2:45, and I just got done doing bachelor party planning type stuff. It's not all 100% done. Some of it, they have to get back to me, etc. And collecting money for one of the reservations, which I don't want to make and put up my own money. I want to make sure I have it from them so I don't get stuck collecting money, you know, at the bachelor party 2 weeks from now. And again, I'm like, okay, art time, except that doing all this reminded me that because I'm in the wedding party, I need to have the suit, and it's coming up. The wedding is 2 days after the bachelor party, so we're like a week and a half away, and I never went and got measured for the suit. So I should probably do that today. And once again, I have access to the car because Q is not feeling well, so she actually stayed home sick today. I guess yesterday there was beating of that. Whatever, she's fine, she's just not feeling 100%. So I'm thinking I should actually go ahead and go get measured for the suit now. Doing stuff, being productive, but not the stuff I wanted to be doing. But that is life. Off I go then. Welcome back, light mouth. Yeah, I'm going out to, whoa, light eyes. Oh, that's weird. I thought it would be here. I'll make this into the cover. Everyone's gonna be like, whoa, what is that? He's using After Effects, some kind of crazy special effects? I don't know why I'm so fascinated by the light coming through the stairs. It's probably the same part of my brain, and there's that stupid dog, the same part of my brain and aesthetic that likes the way, you know, light goes through trees and leaves here. There's something, I don't know, diffused light, blocked light, strange light coming down. I enjoy that. Anyway, I'm going to get that suit I talked about. So it's about 7 o'clock. I did get my exercise in. I started heating up the oven and kind of getting things ready. I think I got some sweat on the lens. Better! And my mom wanted to talk. She's down in Delaware. And so I was like, you know what? I'll walk around outside for a while the oven heats up because it takes forever. So I did that, and then I put the tots in. We're having tots and veggie burgers. And walked around some more. So I basically did 45 minutes of walking inside and out while I talked to my mom. So I got my exercise, but I'm still behind on work. Okay, cats fighting crazy. Broke them up. Anyway, I don't remember what I was saying, but I wanted to work more on the standee, and I need to work on that ROM commission, which I talked about yesterday. Sorry for moving around so much. I'm just going to be done. The next time you hear from me, I'll be sitting at the computer table. Art desk. Computer art. Desk table. Yeah. Okay, I'm in front of the computer as promised, but I'm moving. I worked on the ROM sketch cover. I finished the pencil sketch, printed it out, had to futz around with the sizing a bit. Now, I originally thought I was going to do pencil on the back or graphite on the back or charcoal on the back and then kind of do a transfer, you know, like a fake carbon paper transfer kind of thing onto the cover. But then I thought, let me check out my light box because I have a new one and it's pretty intense, as you can see by the weird lighting I'm getting. Let me look with you. So it's a little difficult to see, but what I've actually done is put the comic cover on top of the sketch, so you can still kind of see the ad through the back, but I think I could use it and just ink right on there and use that as my pencil. Now, I have taped down the rough, but I did not tape down the comic, so the only hard part is keeping it in place. And I probably won't do it 100% of the art. I'll probably just get the major lines done and then finish it up once I get, you know, that stuff in. So that's where I am. Well, I got the dire wraith basically done, which is the enemy alien monster of ROM. Here you can see I have it with the light turned off. My eyes are starting to burn though because of the light. Not so much this part, but this part. I usually mask it off, but I didn't this time. Anyway, on to ROM! And presto zappo, we got ROM in there. Now I'm going to put a little bit of background elements and then the rest I'll do with Copic. Alright, still at the desk, I have the inks done to ROM. I need to go in with the Copics, but first I need to refill a few. Luckily, my ink came today. And just so you can see where we are, I added more details and things after pulling it off the light board and the light box. Copics have begun! Pretty much got the dire wraith done. Decided to use warm texture for the dire wraith. I don't know why, but it seemed more organic to me. And the whole thing with the dire wraith is I used a lot more brush pen, a lot more texture because this gloopy alien organic thing. And ROM is a slick metallic character who definitely needed a cool gray because of the metal. So I figured, well, it's just one more to differentiate between the two. And like magic, there are the cool grays on ROM. I'm going to put a little bit in the background, and then I'm going to go in with the red, which is the one color I will be adding. Moving right along, I probably should have been timing myself. Suffice it to say, not including the sketch, I've been working on this for over an hour. And I believe I have the grayscales done. I wanted it to look like space, but putting in a straight black would have been a bit much. So I did sort of a Kirby Silver Surfer kind of energy thing back there and a couple planets and stuff. And then I put them on some sort of asteroid or above the moon or something. And while I did do some color in here, I tried to leave it lighter for the red, which I'll also put in his eyes. I'm a little worried about how small the eyes ended up becoming. So after I put the red in, I might go in with this white pen and largen them up a bit. Zip, zap, zap. And there's the red. I used 3 different shades of red, building up from almost a pink to make sure I kind of got a good energy blast look. And I did put some highlights on the bad person, but not so much on ROM himself. Even though he's super shiny, I thought it'd be too much. This way it's clear, it's just blasting him apart. I did go in, I probably didn't need to, but I went ahead and put some white on the eyes, and then I'm going to go back in and put a little bit of pink or light red on top of that after it dries. But other than that, it is Dunzo Bonanza. And there you have it. I ended up using the pink and then the light red, leaving a little bit of white to give it like a real spark, like he's alive, like there's energy in there, like the old toy, which was LED eyes. So, just a quick tour of the details. Like I said, well, this guy definitely got his money's worth, put it that way. Because it was supposed to be paid for a single character shot inked in grayscale or color. He said he wanted grayscale. I said, how about a little bit of red? He said, cool. I said I'd throw in this guy as a bonus because I was happy about this particular subject matter.
But then once I did that, I basically made an entire cover for the price of a full pinup. But I don't feel bad about it because it looks good. I enjoyed doing it. And I did get a good price, even though I gave him more than we agreed on.
So it's about 10:30. I'm going to end the video here. I kind of failed in the standee. Tomorrow that's going to be priority number 1. I think I'm caught up on client work. I have more that I need to do, but nothing that's super due. And yeah, I'll make that priority number 1. I'm trying to think if I'll work on it tonight. I might not. I'm feeling kind of done for the day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to compile the video, kind of like the other day where I stopped and then I did go back and work on ROM. I may do more work, I may not, but I'm going to end the video here so I can edit it, put it together, and sort of be done. Whether or not I choose to go on, that's a different story. Before I do, I've been negligent in mentioning other people doing challenges, specifically 100-day challenges. Of course, Mike Emeritz I've mentioned doing the 100-day challenge, but also Samurai Ox. He's not doing the 100 days of making comics, although he's successfully done that many times. He is doing, I believe he's calling it 30 pages in 30 days. I'm probably getting the name wrong, but it's a 30-day challenge where that's what he's trying to do. 30 pages in 30 days, full done art, full comic in a month. It's crazy town. Last I checked, he's doing it. He's a little over a weekend, I think, or just about a weekend, so crazy town. Watch him make magic. Eric Faries just got done doing 100 days of drawing Dragon Ball Z characters, I think, was the challenge, or maybe just drawing every day, but it ended up being Dragon Ball Z. So congrats on that. Peter Palmiotti started the 100 days again just very recently. I think he's only on like day 3 or something. I'm forgetting people. And once again, if you're one of those people who want to be mentioned, say something. I try to watch all the videos, but of course I'm always behind on all the videos. What are you going to do? It's a good thing. It's a good problem to have. So many creative people making so much great content that you can't keep up with it. It's a good problem to have. That problem today is coming on day 65. And if today's day 65, well, you know what that means. Hey! We've got 35 days left. Need you to get down. Thank you.